Okay guys, what's going on? How's everybody doing? We're back with the Red Sea Reefer 350 to show off how everything's doing. So to start off, as you can see, there are coral in here. We will go through them. Every coral in here is from Reeferpalooza, other than the plate. And you can see we are getting a nice diatom bloom. The lights have been on the tank only about a week and a half now. And they're doing really good. And, the diatoms are as expected, especially since I started with dry rock. I acid bathed it like I have before, worked really well. And so far everything's looking really good with it. So we're just going to dive right on in and show you what we got. So the first one's a little bit of a sleeper. Give me a second for it to focus here. I'll even zoom in a little bit. That one is actually a Starfire Millie. I got that from Joe Knows Corals at Reeferpalooza. It's probably one of the only ones I actually remember because he's extremely nice to me and he gave me some pretty good deals. So I got that guy and I got this guy bundled in with it as well. This is a Jason Fox grafted Monty there. So that's a really nice one. I love that red stripe. It's a little bit more. Okay, a little bit more vibrant in person, but it's a really nice piece. What else did I get? Next, I got this four-headed branching hammer. Okay, sorry for my yellow tang invading constantly. That is a branching hammer. It is doing very good. I don't know why. It looks like there's no flow on it, but there definitely is. In fact, I believe that's a little bit why it's a little small, but it's definitely a nice piece. I got a really good deal. I got that for $30 from some place in New York, so really good deal on that guy. I also got this, a nice chunky piece of Forest Fire Digi. It's doing really well. Then right above it, we have a Sundrop Millipora. Now on video it looks very green, not very colored, but in real life it is in fact doing very well. It does have hints of orange. It's just the way the colors come up. Next up we got a Warpgate Enchilada. That's a very nice looking piece. I got a really good deal. These seem to be really high priced this year at Reeferpalooza. I'm not really sure why, but I got this piece for around $50 and it has about 6 or 7 eyes on it. So definitely a good deal on that. And then the last coral I got is going to be right here, my Red Monty. Now this one is actually already encrusting. I've had it about a week and I'd say 2 or 3 days. It looks a little blotchy in color. When I first got it, it was a little mad at me just for the tank transition. But everything else, all my other corals transitioned really well. I did get one more coral. I also had a Strawberry Shortcake Acro from Manhattan Aquariums. But unfortunately, the moment I got it home, it was bone white in the bag. Water was fine, was warm. It went in the cooler the whole ride home. I live about 2 hours from New York. So it wasn't a hugely long ride, and obviously all the other corals survived and are thriving. And even this Millie from Joe Knows Coral had all of its polyps out. And like I said, just give that one time to color up. Probably see in the next couple weeks some better color out of that. But I had a good time. I did get a refund from Manhattan Aquariums instantly for that Strawberry Shortcake, and they actually offered me a 40% discount, so they were really good about it. Not sure what happened, but they said they were having trouble with their acros that day. They were giving a lot of refunds out for it, which is unfortunate because they had some pretty nice stuff. Nothing really that special from the overhead shot I can really show because I do have the flow on, but as you can see, tons of flow. The rest of the tank's doing really good. The fish are obviously very active and out. I was a little worried about the yellow tang. When I didn't have the lights on, he would hide a lot. I think he was just kind of scared of the dark. But now he's doing really good. He's obviously loving the camera. His colors are amazing, and he's really good fit for this size of tank. I think a 4-foot tank is okay for a yellow tang. I mean, he's a decent, I'd say he's a good medium to large size, and he's just flourishing. His skin looks really good. He's not very thin. I mean, he's getting better. He needs to start eating some nori, which I'll be giving him in the next couple of weeks. And the clown all by himself, he will be getting a buddy soon. I know it's unfortunate to see him all by himself, but he's doing good as well. They're all eating. And I also don't know if I'm going to be able to find him. Well, I can see a little piece of him there. You can see him just a little bit back there. That's a fire shrimp I got. I got a really good deal. I got him for 25 bucks. To me, that seemed like a good deal. A couple local shops let me sell them between 45 and 65. Let me So here's more of what the blues look like in the tank. Actually, as you can see, things are definitely more vibrant. I'm just using the Polyp Labs, the 20K add-on here. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, everything else is going good. I did have a problem with my skimmer, which is a Bubble Magus Curve 7. I've been having trouble. It did overflow this past week. I'm not exactly sure why. I do add water to my top off. As you can see, it's about 3/4 of the way filled. I'd say I go through probably 1 1/4 of these a week. I have to fill it up on Sunday. I filled it up yesterday. And if you just stay on top of it, it's much easier to work with, for sure. And I do not have anything in the refugium yet. I will. I just haven't haven't been able to get around to it. But yeah, I'm still working on getting the skimmer really dialed in. It is pulling skimmate. I just have to decide. Currently running it right around the 2 spot. I was running it on my old tank, a lot lower than that. Everything else equipment-wise is the same over here. I have started feeding a little bit of Reefroids. I actually got a little sample pack that I'm using from Reefapalooza. Really nice that was a pack-in this year. I was really happy with this. I mean, this is like, I would say for a tank like my size, probably a good month's supply. You know, you're not supposed to feed it too often. So that's definitely something cool. But I do have my own pack. And another thing I picked up is a new mag float. So I keep it on this paper towel so that way it dries it out and it keeps the pieces from scratching or just any problems with it. It just makes it easy. So yeah, I had to get a new mag float. The one I had from my 250 was definitely too big. It would like smack the glass so hard, and it was so hard to maneuver. This one's so much easier. But yeah, you can see I'm even getting some algae growth on my conchs. They're looking good. I have my 1 turbo that's in this tank. Yeah, everything's really looking good. I'm very happy with everything. I did change my leg schedule a tiny bit more. I upped my blues a little bit. So during the day, I think I run both around 120, and then they cycle down to around 80 till evening, and then they shoot back up, and it's just blues. And I'm running my whites. I believe my whites are running at 6 hours per day, maybe 7. I like to run my blues a lot longer. I run my blues around 10 hours, almost 11. So I don't run my whites for a full 8 hours. I run them for 6. And that just allows me to see my corals a lot longer. Plate's doing good. It's getting some color. It's definitely getting some volume to it. It looks different throughout the day, as we feed, as the lights go on and off. And obviously, the fish love following me. They'll come all the way down here to visit. Here they come. But yeah, everything's going good. I don't know, I guess that's a hair on the tank or something, but yeah, I'm really pleased to see that this Monty's been in here a week and a half, and it's already encrusting. It might even be a week. I'm pretty sure Reefapalooza was last Saturday. So, yeah, I'm very, very impressed this year. I will say one thing about the prices of the coral this year. Definitely disappointed with some of the prices of the coral. I was finding that the common denominator to me really seemed like $300. I do shop around, and I'm not afraid of paying money. Obviously, I have some nicer corals in here, some nicer acros. I got that guy was like 50 or 60. This guy was like 65. So I'm not afraid to pay a little bit. I've bought in Scully's before. But, yeah, I mean, I understand Indonesia's closed, but that doesn't have anything to do with random acros going up in price. I mean, $150 Oregon Tort 1-inch frags. I'm not sure what year this is, but, yeah, definitely disappointing prices this year. Yeah, I would have been much better off with some lower prices, especially on frags of this size. You know, there weren't as many colonies. I would say there wasn't as many Scully's. It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing that prices are going up necessarily. I mean, that could mean there's more people in the hobby, supply and demand, and obviously things like golden torches and really rare expensive acros are going to keep their price, but I don't buy it. You know, I got this piece for like 25 bucks, and there are other people selling smaller frags for like 55. So there's definitely a lot of price gouging going on. And I just want to kind of make note of that, you know, to some of the people that do that. I understand you need to make a living, but there's a difference between making a living and killing, and I think that sometimes we need to remember this is a hobby, and that it's going to keep people away when they see prices like $500 for torches that are just long tentacle green torches. We just got to remember that, you know, these frags do regrow. So just want to leave it on that note. Everything's done really good this week. Obviously we do have a little bit of a diatom bloom, but for anybody that hasn't had a tank, that's kind of the next step in this process. So next time I look forward to seeing you, and all the rock should be nice and brown by then. Have a good one.